Hello, here I am at last, slightly recovered. First of all, thank you all so much for your kind comments. It's been a very difficult time. I did actually have a heart attack 2 years ago. I think I have done a video about it, but I didn't actually go into hospital or anything. I had my friends took me up into a room full of light and I recovered. This time it was slightly similar. I just felt my heart was palpitating. I couldn't sort of get any oxygen around me. So I just thought, keep breathing and lie down and hope it would go away, which it did eventually. The reason was actually we had Venus opposite, Uranus opposite the moon in Scorpio. Now Uranus rules the electricals. It's an electrical planet. It's a new age ruler. Everything electrical, including ourselves, of course. We're electrical beings, and the heart particularly relies on electrical impulses. I find that quite fascinating. I didn't realise it till I looked up afterwards. I thought, why did that happen? Well, obviously there was a weakness there. Well, at my age, it's just going to happen one day, but obviously it wasn't the time. So that in a way is reassuring that I've still got something to do. I'm still, able to sort of function. So this electrical thing, I'm going to tell you a funny story now. I mean, it is kind of a spiritual story, but it's a very strange story that I've been caught up in the land of wires and computers and sockets, and I'm not a technical person. I can understand basics. I'm fairly good at basics. I haven't even got an iPhone. I've got a mobile, basic Tesco job, but I'm not, electrified, if you know what I mean. I envy people that can just get on the do this and do that, their little thumbs. I think, oh Lord, So that's not me. So, and I think a lot of people in my age are pretty dinosaurs. They don't really, they're not brought up with it. I mean, my daughter and my granddaughter, they're used to it all. But me, I do find out I have to get somebody in. I had a friend that used to help me. I have to call an engineer, and they're quite expensive. So this was a particular challenge, and it's lasted a week. So there's me already feeling pretty sort of weakened and exhausted, having to jump up and down, in and out. You see, the thing is, I've got the computer in here, and in the other room are all the connections. So I'm running in and out. I ought to have a phone in here, so when you're talking to somebody, you're near the equipment. It started a week ago with the internet kept cutting out. Now, I don't suppose people in the US would know about this. This is the UK thing. We have what they call a router. And it's a little gadget about this big. It's got lights all on the front, and at the back you've got different sockets that connect to the internet, to television, to phone. I mean, you can't do without this router. It's a lifeline to technology, if you know what I mean. I'm living on my own. I do depend on television quite a lot, probably more than I should actually, because it's the lifeline for me. People talking, and I choose programs very carefully. And of course, the internet. I'm in the middle of the night on it because I get lonely and fed up. I'll switch on. So very, very important to me is being connected. And it started this lights. I thought, now what's happening? It kept going off completely and coming on and da da da. It started last Friday and I didn't know what to do. I kept pulling plugs out and pulling them in again and checking this and checking that as far as I could. When all weekend without television and without the internet was on for about 2 or 3 minutes and it would cut out. I have no idea what I was going. You can imagine the frustration. So anyway, eventually on Monday, I did ring somebody on Saturday, an engineer that I know quite well. He said I could come around on Monday, which he did. Bless his heart. Patience. I envy anyone with patience. He was so helpful and so kind. He stood in my room for an hour on the phone to talk to the local server people that run the whole show, trying to get this resolved. They wouldn't believe me. Every time they checked, oh, it's working perfectly. It wasn't working perfectly. But because the engineer had technical knowledge, of course, he could, talk them out of it or into whatever. And I couldn't believe how patient he was. So anyway, he said the new router, this new flashing light thing, is coming next week. So I was all relieved. I thought, oh, I had 2 more days without television, 2 more days without anything. It's a special box that goes with the television that you have to have if you want to watch Netflix. And I'm a fan of Netflix. They've got subtitles. Oh dear, I'm going deaf as well. I've got these 2 hearing aids. I don't wear them when I'm out. I'm too vain for that. I say, what? What you say? Say that again? I'm pretty good generally, but some people have very quiet voices, and of course the Netflix has got subtitles. So, oh, I got these hearing aids on one side and a walking. No, I haven't got a walking stick. Not yet. Nearly have. So there was this computer playing up all weekend, and I'm sitting here screaming at times. You could imagine. You're just about watching a lovely video or something, and then it all goes off. I thought it's no good doing a video. Oh dear. So anyway, Monday came. That man came and helped me. Tuesday came. Wednesday came. Still no router. I was screaming. I kept ringing up the talk engineers, and you know what it's like. Nobody. You've got to wait for hours to get hold of somebody. When you do, they've got to go through all the performance, your account number, your mobile number, your da 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 da. And I got it all ready now. It's done me good because I'm a bit scatty, and I had to have all these numbers and things ready for these people that wanted to know before they even listen to me. And then you have to go through all the performance of jumping up. Have you checked this lead? Have you checked that? Do you know, I'm fed up with the sight of leads. I'm dreaming about them. There's leads everywhere. I've got 4 lots from the computer, from the router, across to the television. I've got some coming in here. I've got this, I've got that. There's all different colours. So eventually, I think it was yesterday, I rang up the talk people, and I said, look, what's happening? They said, oh, it's on its way. Well, they all say that it's on its way. It could be next year, couldn't it, on its way? So I patiently sat here a bit longer, and I was just, this is my spiritual bit. I sat here and said, right, God, it's up to you. I do that. I've done everything I possibly can. I think of everything I've done. I've been up and down, in and out, up and down, in and out, pulling leads out, pulling them, getting behind the television, which I can't pull out. So I'm down there in with the cobwebs, in with the coins and the photographs and all the stuff that's behind it that I can't move. I'm down in all that lot, a bit like the leaves on a tree, looking for these leaves, and they're all different colours. And the back of my particular table, there's like a hole that they all come through from the main socket. And I've got to go around and pull them all through and sort them all out. And there's one particular lead. It's a mass. It's like I'm sure it's been multiplying there on its own. And the television lead that keeps coming out. So when one person said to me, is your television okay? Yes, it's fine. And I had a look. I thought, no, it's not. It's come out again. And on it goes. I forget where I am now. So anyway, I eventually, after I got to the point of talking to God, I said, look, I've done everything. I said, you have to do everything you possibly can, first of all, to make sure he can't catch on you. He can't catch you out, you see. You have to get your plans made. And I said, I've done everything I possibly can. I'm fed up with the sight of leads. I'm dreaming about red ones, yellow ones, blue ones, pink ones, all in different little sockets. I was trying them all. And anyway, I said, I give up. I said, now it's up to you because I'm bloody well fed up with this. I said, I've got to have my television. I've got to have the internet. This is my lifeline. Nobody knows I'm here. I could die and nobody would know I was here because that's my only connection. If I feel really, really ill, I had an email to somebody that I possibly know vaguely. Just check on me, will you, in a few days? Make sure I'm still here. And of course, with this heart thing, it was, even more worrying because I thought, what do I do? I leave the door unlocked in case I'm not going to die in here and they can't get in. This is an old lady's tale, eventually. But anyway, I said to God, right, it's up to you. I'm going to go to bed now and forget it all. And within half an hour, the thing with the lights was delivered. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. This man came to the door. I said, oh, you're the local delivery, well, the Yodel, I think he's called, a delivery van. It was about 7 o'clock at night with this box. I thought, oh, good, the box, quick. Tear the paper off. I thought, no, I can't do this tonight. I've got to do this tomorrow when I'm fresh. I can't go through any more leads tonight. I'm going to have to come in here. And I actually found out that I could watch television programs on the internet. But of course the seat's very uncomfortable. It's not a place to really watch long films. But I did find a way out of the jam. I could watch something, have a fix, And so the next day, which was this morning, I unwrapped this box. Well, I mean, it's a huge box. It's got a new router in and all these leads, different colours, instruction books. You know what they're like. It was actually very good. There were lots of pictures on it, instruction books. And I'm not only good at reading instructions, I have to be shown. I'm a Taurus lady. They have to have practical help. So I thought, what do I do? And I thought, well, I'll ring this man up that's been very helpful. I'll tell him the box has arrived, and he said I can talk you through it. Well, it's all very well saying talk me through it, but you see the phone's in the other room. So I have got a mobile phone, which, well, I don't know, I could have used that, I suppose, but I'd rather be on the landline. I keep jumping up, running in here, jumping up again, running in there. Anyway, I said, well, I'll see how I get on. I might be able to do it. So there he was with these two great, well, the old one and the new one, and all these leads. I hadn't even got dressed, I was still in my nightie. And I managed it all, and then do you know what I realised? I plugged the old one back in to all these new leads. Pulled them all out again. I thought, okay, let's try again, don't panic. Put the old one over there, you know. I did manage to get them all in, plus going to the back of a television, putting one in there, and then the light came on. I thought, oh, the light's come on, I'm connected. I was so excited, you could imagine, so excited that the light on this thing came on. I was on the internet at last. So I come in here and it says you are not on the internet. Check the phone. Oh. Well, of course I know what that was. I had to put the password in for the new router. There's a little card they give you. I had to program that. I didn't know how to do that. If I'm not on the internet, how can I do it? So I'm getting more and more excited, as you can imagine. So back at the engineers again, poor people. I love this woman. I'm sure she was an angel. She was an absolute angel. She was from South Africa, and she was as patient with me. I kept saying, well, I'm an old lady, and she was really sweet. She was really sweet. She waited when I kept running in here, checking on this, running back there, telling her. She was on the phone for about an hour, I think. Absolutely, she was amazing, patient and careful. She listened. You see, a lot of these, no disrespect to the Indian girls, they're so bossy and they don't listen. And they're all talking. They want to give information, and they can't go outside the box. They've got their, set rules and set conversations. You daren't ask a question because they wouldn't know what you meant. They're on a roller, But this lady, she was slow and patient. And she saved the day because I eventually got on. She told me how to get this number put in. So we got all sorted out until I realised the box on the television on which I watched Netflix, very, very important, the box, wasn't working either. Well, at this point, I don't know how I felt. I don't know how I felt, because you see that they don't believe you, because all they've got is your word for something, and they do their checks at their end, but you have to be very, very explicit, and they don't really want to believe you because they don't want to replace it. So anyway, the internet was on, leads were all in the right place, and I had to pull this thing out. You can imagine all the leads at the back, and I've got to pull it out, and it's hanging on by a thread, checking all these leads, or at least 6 of them, that they're all in properly. And they all were all in properly. I kept saying they're all in properly. Have you checked that? I'm sorry I'm going on about this. It's so fresh in my mind. Push the thing back in again. Still it doesn't work. I can feel my heart's going again. I wish I didn't get so excited. But if I had it I've been dealing with this all on my own all week with no one to share it with. It was horrible when you're on your own. You've got no one to talk it over with. I've even got a cat that I could scream at. Anyway, the upshot was, what happened? She says, I'll send you a new box. You've got to send the old one back or you'll get fined. So here I am on the internet, new box coming so I can watch Netflix. And I suppose it means, what I'm thinking is the spiritual message is, I'm reconnected. I really was thinking there's a lot of things I have to moan about my spirit guides. I don't hear them, I don't see them, and there's something I think not connected. I keep saying I'm not connected properly. There's something that needs sorting out. So anyway, I was thinking this is a real test on being reconnected. I've got new leads, I've got a new router, I've got a box coming. That would be the final. And I was saying to this lady, the African lady, I was telling, she laughed. She said, well, that's a good way of looking at it. I said, it is. I'm getting all these new leads as well. And new connections. So hopefully, good God, I'm talking so long. Sorry about this. I must go. It's 15 minutes, as long as I've ever been. Anyway, I'm going to go now and leave you with that message. Be connected. Watch your leads. Make sure they're all plugged in. And little lights come on. And you're away. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.